Today I'm going to put this case with a kickstand on this Google Pixel Fold. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here with my Google Pixel Fold. I love this phone, but what I wanted to do was just add a little additional protection. I kind of throw my phone on the table a lot. You know, when I get home, I just kind of manhandle them. I don't really care about the finish on them, but what I care about more is breaking them. And especially with the camera housings always protruding from the back of phones, I just thought something like this would actually allow me to be even a little bit harsher with it, snap it around a little bit, and not have to worry about shattering it. Now, this is kind of interesting because cases for foldable phones always have kind of a weak side, and this front piece here is kind of the weak piece. Now, I will say, it seems like it's all a nylon or a plastic, some sort of polymer maybe, but the back here is very robust. We have the foam on the back there to prevent from scratching. It's actually pretty thick as well, so I think it's going to cover the housing pretty nicely. But I got this because it has two cool things with it. It's got the magnetic ring here, so I can actually use it with MagSafe. It does have wireless charging, so I like that, but I can't use it with any of my magnetic mounts that I have for my iPhone. And I actually have a nightstand magnetic mount where it will stick to it, but it doesn't have like a base on the bottom, so it has to stick, otherwise it's just going to slide off. So hopefully this will allow me to do it. Has kind of like a raised leather look to it. I think that's all vinyl. But right here, what we have is, looks like this is aluminum, sure feels like it, kickstand. So I can actually put this up, hopefully like this, certainly like this, but either way, what I can do is I can have the full screen effect, because if I don't have a kickstand, I can kind of make this like a kickstand. It kind of wobbles a little bit, but what it's always doing is it's playing that YouTube video in the top panel there. And I just thought, man, I could have a bigger video experience by putting it like this, having the whole thing set up like that, right? It's a little better viewing angle, especially if I'm sitting up high and I don't have a lot of angle. It kind of rocks like this. All right, so let's go ahead and put this on and see what it does. I think this is just going to clip on. What I want to show you is that we have a cutout on the top here for, I think that's a microphone or a speaker, whatever it might be. We have a cutout here for that microphone, and let's just go ahead, press this guy on. Yeah, it just snaps on. There's no adhesive. Doesn't seem to slide off this way. It's got a little bit of an edge. You know, the drawback to something like this is that it's not going to be as tight or strong as a fit on a candy bar style phone, but I think this is pretty nice. It gives it a little bit, a very subtle little raised edge here, so that's going to protect this screen, especially when I throw it down like this. And now the back here should be kind of the same way. Again, we have a cutout here, maybe a full cutout for the power button and the rocker switches, so you don't have to hunt for those, right? And then a microphone and speaker, and then also a bigger cutout for the USB-C cable right there. So again, I think this is just going to kind of press on like this, just like that. And now what we have is a little bit bulkier of a phone. Does this feel good in the hand? It actually feels pretty good. It's maybe just a little bit chunky for my medium-sized hands, but what I like about it is kind of this curved back. It actually gives me a little bit better purchase. This side is pretty slick, but this side actually with this cutout here kind of makes me feel like I've got a little bit better grip on it, actually. So now what I can do is I can open this guy up just like this, right? And what I can do is flip this out. And now let's see if this will stand up like that. Ooh, it does. It does. I'm excited about that. And obviously with it flipping out that way, it should stand up. Oh no, you know what? All right. So I will tell you what, it's actually going to only work this way, kind of standing up like this, because that kickstand will go to the middle. But because it's so far off to this side, it's actually just going to flop over like this. So it's actually kind of nice. It actually gives you the other orientation than if you were using the folding mechanism as the kickstand itself. So pretty cool. So it gives you this other dimension to it, which is really cool. And then, yes, the magnetic thing here, that'll be awesome for car mounts, the chargers that you have around your house, the old Apple accessories when you're moving off Apple, because Apple doesn't know how to innovate. They haven't for a decade now, at least. So if you want to pick up this case for your Google Pixel Fold, a phone that is reaching out to the future, I'll put a link to it in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.